Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. If everybody in the crew, I mean, with him.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great.
You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're the best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Terence Crawford's emphatic victory over Canelo Alvarez sent shockwaves across the boxing world, not just because of the outcome, but because of the way it was achieved. Crawford didn't merely edge out Canelo on the scorecards, he controlled the bout with precision, timing, and a game plan that exposed even the most subtle flaws in one of boxing's most decorated champions. Crawford's win over Canelo Alvarez was more than just a high-profile fight. He stepped up multiple weight classes, facing a man who had ruled the super middleweight division as the undisputed champion, boasting 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, and 39 knockouts. Canelo was a 4-division champion and a first-ballot Hall of Famer, yet Crawford systematically dismantled him in a performance that left analysts in awe.
A first-ballot Hall of Famer, a 4-division champion, a 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and was the reigning undisputed 168-pound super middleweight world champion. Superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm not even going to read off his accolades, because what he did is just nasty work. And this is your king that y'all be praising. Gervonta Tank Davis, instead of applauding the accomplishments, just tip your hat. Just tip your hat. Hey, salute. And if you don't want to salute him, guess what? Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you don't want to salute that man, just don't say nothing. Right? And so, Gervonta Tank Davis takes to social media because the boxing world is praising Terence Crawford for what he did. After Gervonta Tank Davis, when the fight was announced and when Terence Crawford was saying he wanted to go up from 154 to 168, Gervonta Tank Davis said he was doing it for the money, not for the legacy.
Trainer Greg Hackett described it as one of the most important achievements in modern boxing, noting that nobody since the days of Bob Fitzsimmons or Henry Armstrong had pulled off such a feat. For Hackett, Crawford's victory was not about luck or a single big shot, but about controlling every aspect of the fight with clean technical dominance. He explained that Canelo seemed to expect his usual tactics, like targeting the body and shoulders to break opponents down, would work against Crawford.
He held them all at the same time. Legendary shit. He goes in there and beats arguably the best fighter or one of the best fighters of his era.
Yeah.
Regardless of weight class.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the performance?
The performance was like clean. Like it was real. It was times where it was close calls. Like it looked like Canelo might, Canelo might get him right here. You know what I mean? Bud find a way out, slip up out of there. He was working behind his jab real good. Footwork real good, you know, setting the pace. He was creating what I like to call spider web in there. You know what I'm saying? That's basically setting traps with your movement. The part I didn't expect was for Canelo to really approach Bud like Bud, you know, like he was just gonna punch on Bud. He was looking. What I mean by that is Canelo, when he would hit Bud to his hips or on the shoulder, because I seen him do it a few times. He was like, Canelo was like looking for those results that he usually get when he do those things. And I was like, I can't believe he looking at Bud like that. Like he really trying to play Bud. I mean, on the low. He know Bud can fight, but it was like, I'm gonna hit, all right, when I hit you on your hip, you gonna act right. I mean, when I hit you on your shoulders, you gonna act right. And you could tell Canelo's been spoiled over the years. Canelo's gotten better, a lot better. And Canelo is a legend for sure. But you could tell he's imposed his will on a lot of guys and won off of his poker face alone. You know what I mean? Along with the punch.
DJ Rom, a respected commentator, echoed that sentiment, but emphasized Crawford's artistry inside the ring. To Rom, Crawford is more than a fighter. He's a problem solver who can adapt seamlessly to any style. He argued that Crawford blends offense and defense in ways that make his opponents second-guess themselves constantly. Rom said watching Crawford fight is like witnessing a painter at work, every adjustment serving as a brushstroke on a masterpiece. He described Crawford as a once-in-a-generation athlete whose timing, distance control, and ring IQ set him apart from anyone else in the sport.
Clearly, outboxed him like I said he would. You know, Bud is special, man. He could adapt. He can make adjustments. There's nothing he can't do. I was a little worried because in the beginning when the fight was announced, because of Canelo's power, Bud coming up, they're like, oh, he come up 2 weight classes. I consider it he came up 3. He only had 1 fight at 154.
Yeah, 1 fight at 54.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like it's 3 weight classes in 2 fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that right there, that was a big thing because Canelo is strong. Canelo does hit hard. He got power, and he's comfortable at 168. You understand what I'm saying? He's more comfortable. I didn't know if the weight was going to do something to Bud, but I know there was ways that he could outbox him easily. And he did it. Towards the closer to the fight date, I changed my stance on it and leaned more to Bud, which was a good thing because my prediction was right yesterday. On it, and he just outboxed him, outclassed him. He showed people. And I think he still followed a bit of the Mayweather blueprint. You know, Canelo has to plant his feet all the time to throw off his power, let off his power shots. He has to just make that quick stop, real quick, like a millisecond. That's all Bud needs to move out the way. Bud sets him up to get a reaction. By the time Canelo goes to throw that punch, Bud slips to the side and catches him that way. Bye-bye. Too late. I mean, for Canelo to his planning of the feet to throw his power punches. If more people figure that out and really take that into consideration in their training camps, I think he would have more losses. But a lot of them fear the power, like a skull.
Evander Holyfield, a legendary heavyweight, also stepped in to praise Crawford. Holyfield highlighted the smaller man's mastery of footwork, timing, and positioning as the keys to outclassing Canelo. He said that Crawford's win wasn't just a victory, but a demonstration of how skills can overcome power and size when executed at the highest level. Holyfield noted that Canelo has long relied on his strength and ability to impose his will, but against Crawford, that wasn't enough. From Holyfield's perspective, Crawford displayed the kind of excellence that reminds fans what true boxing looks like, separating himself from ordinary champions.
Think of Crawford's performance over Canelo.
It was super.
Super.
Because the thing is that when both of the guys are good.
Right.
I just think that when you have 2 guys, the smaller guy is a guy that don't have the punching power, but he has the skills that's necessary.
Crawford.
Yeah.
So you were very impressed with his performance? Would you say?
Well, yeah. The point of the matter is, I knew if it came down to if somebody got knocked out, I thought Crawford would probably get knocked out.
Yeah.
But I know about boxing.
Rising star Hamza Shiraz called Crawford a mean machine who always finds a way to win. He said that even before the Canelo fight, he considered Crawford the standard of excellence in the sport, but this performance only confirmed what he already believed. Shiraz explained that Crawford's consistency, his ability to adapt mid-fight, and his calm execution against world-class opponents set him apart as the man everyone in boxing should aspire to emulate. For a younger fighter like Shiraz, Crawford's victory represented not just greatness, but an example of what dedication and mastery can achieve.
Himself in the post-fight press conference yesterday, he goes, my mind wants to do it, he goes, my body can't. Doesn't mean he's totally shot. He's not totally shot. He's still a great fighter, and someone I could definitely see myself in the ring with pretty soon.
And beating?
Yeah, definitely. It would have been kind of nice for him to get the win and then me to fight him and then potentially have beaten him. But yeah, God has a different plan.
Look, it still could be Canelo. I don't know when. The plan's obviously a little bit ruined, but do you believe you'd stop Canelo Alvarez, Hamza?
Do I believe I'd stop him? I believe I've got a good chance of doing so.
Despite this overwhelming admiration, Gervonta Davis decided to take a different approach. Instead of tipping his hat to Crawford, Davis claimed on social media that he could beat him, even doubling down by saying, "I'll swing on him for real." He promised to train harder, declared that critics should watch him prove himself, and insisted that a win over Crawford would secure his own legacy among boxing's elite. While confidence is expected from fighters, many in the boxing community saw this as poorly timed and disrespectful.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens, or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like,
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways, nah.
Bill Haney, father and trainer of Devin Haney, openly criticized Davis's comments. Haney said that Tank had no business calling out fighters far above his natural weight class and should instead focus on challenges within his division. Haney insisted that Davis's remarks were nothing but a publicity stunt, a way of chasing attention rather than a serious sporting challenge.
Ask your thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds. You think he was playing, trolling, what, selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's...
Nah, he said it
on video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, you cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass whipping too. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're the best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Crawford himself has made it clear that he doesn't like Gervonta Davis personally. In past interviews, Crawford described Davis as arrogant, someone who hides behind security and uses his fame to shield himself from criticism. Crawford admitted he doesn't like anything about Davis, though he does respect him as a fighter. He went as far as to say that if Davis really believed Crawford had a glass chin, then he should step up to 147 pounds and test it. Crawford explained that he would gladly take the fight if Davis dared to leave his comfort zone, but he doesn't believe Tank would ever do it.
For a guy that's come 2 to 3 weight divisions lower, well, so you would be asking a guy to literally just stand there like this new slap exercise, slap me and I slap you. That's not boxing, and that's extremely sour grapes. And my advice to you is this: although most times people will stay on cold, there's there's exceptions to the rules where people will say, I'm not going that far. You know what I mean? Like by our administration right now that's governing the New Russia. They do a lot of illegal things on a daily. But this pedophilia, some people are saying, no, I'm jumping off the boat on this one. I'm going to go with protecting the kids. I mean, I'll go with you with a lot of stuff, but protecting the kids is kind of important to me. Should be, right? It should be, levels, or it should be, where you just you don't go a certain length, right? There should be borders, so to say, okay, I don't go past that line. And the line should be pedophilia, or a line should be no objectivity at all in the world of boxing. You saw a great performance, and Canelo just lost, right? This guy is just a better fighter. Right? If he can come up from that weight division and stand in the pocket most of the time, and still win. If you are saying that you don't want Canelo to be able to cut the ring off with this guy that didn't really run at all, then you're basically saying, well, listen, let's just stand and slug, and that's brawling. Right, that has nothing to do with boxing, and so people are going to jump off that. And here's something else that's going to happen to you people right now with sour grapes and are racists running around just saying ridiculousness, right? Because you're disappointed.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's longtime trainer, added perspective on what comes next. He downplayed the idea of Crawford chasing unnecessary challenges, like facing David Benavidez, and said Crawford may choose to rest, enjoy his success, and make decisions on his own terms. Bomac explained that Crawford has earned the right to dictate his path, and whether he defends his titles, vacates them, or picks selective fights, it's now about legacy and personal goals rather than meeting outside expectations.
Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No,
there.
man. No, we ain't doing that fight.
Maybe planning on vacating the belts?
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. You know, we just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
Honest?
Absolutely. And he don't want that.
154? No. So what does this performance prove about the end of sparring? You guys are largely
I told you
silent
it don't
about
make no difference. Didn't I say it? I said that don't mean shit. I don't give a damn about that.
Yeah.
I said that, didn't I?
Yeah,
In one of those interviews, I said that. Don't mean shit, because he's no Bud Crawford. I'm not taking nothing from Ennis, Bozy, them over there, they're my God.
The broader boxing world also weighed in on the fallout. Analysts noted that part of the reason Crawford has not received universal praise, even after such a historic win, stems from favoritism toward Canelo. As one of Mexico's most beloved fighters, Canelo has long enjoyed overwhelming fan support, and his loss was difficult for some to accept. Meanwhile, Crawford, as an African-American fighter, has often faced unfair criticism and bias, leading to some downplaying his achievements. Despite the animosity, the idea of Crawford versus Davis lingers as a potential future mega fight. The tension between personal dislike, competitive challenge, and the lure of money makes it a fascinating storyline. For Crawford, it would be about silencing a critic while proving once again that he can dominate across weight classes. For Davis, it would be an opportunity to step into uncharted territory and test whether his confidence can match reality. Yet for now, most experts agree the gap in weight, experience, and proven achievements makes Crawford the overwhelming favorite.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes and daring to be great.
You would fight him,
man. Tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.